there's a new member of the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Wayne Simmonds, 1 year, 1.5. He is the newest member of the Blue and White. He is joining us here on Tim and Sid. Wayne, welcome to the show, man. Growing up, who was your favorite Leaf?
First of all, thank you for welcoming me to the show. I'm happy to be on and obviously speak with you guys. Awesome. Growing up, I'd have to say my favorite Leaf was obviously, well, I know I say obviously, but Matt Sundin. That guy was all time.
Nice. Obviously, good Scarborough boy returning home. For those who don't know, have you processed what it'll be like to play at home after all these years?
I think I'm getting a little taste of it today with the amount of texts and phone calls and.
Yeah, your ninth interview of the day, Wayne. Welcome to Toronto. 9 interviews. Yeah, that's going to be the norm.
Yeah, no, it's literally been nonstop. Sorry, I just got to close the door. My dogs are barking. It's been nonstop, on my phone since I think 12 p.m. So, I'm running out of battery here. I thought it was going to overheat a little bit, but no, we're still good. We're good to go.
Wayne Simmonds, newest member of the Toronto Maple Leafs here on Tim and Sid. Wayne, Marc Bergevin just said apparently at his presser, I read this, I did not hear it, forgive me, but he did say that he offered you more to go there than initially or eventually you took from the Leafs. A, is that, I'm not going to ask for the number, but A, is that accurate? And B, what does that say about how badly you wanted to make this move and play for your childhood team?
Yeah, it's accurate. They did offer me more money, but sometimes it's not always about money. Sometimes it's about the fit. It's about your family. And for me, obviously, coming home, I got a lot of people here, friends and family, and everything like that. So, I always said to myself, me and my wife, if we ever got an opportunity, to where we could, play at home, we'd like to take that opportunity. So, it presented itself this year, and we jumped all over it.
Wayne Simmonds joining us here on Tim and Sid. Some of that has to do with the team that you're joining, I'm assuming. How close do you believe the Leafs are, and where do you think you can help them?
I think they're extremely close. I said it earlier, in another interview. I think the skill on that team is second to none. And I think where I come in, I bring that physical aspect of veteran presence. I've been in the league a long time. So I know what it is to, carry yourself professionally on and off the ice and, in circumstances. I realize the market that Toronto is and, everything that it comes with. But like you said, first and foremost, I think it starts with the product, that the Leafs put on the ice and, getting a chance to slide in that lineup, and to become the best player I can. I think this is, the perfect spot for me, positionally wise. So that was obviously a huge thing. And then I think second of all, you look at, your living conditions, and I'm from Toronto. So there's nothing that's ever going to surprise me about this city. I know it inside and out.
I'm just going to tell you right now, I am going to teeth your functional toughness that you used on Hockey Central. I don't know if you remember how you described functional toughness, but that will be a straight teeth from Uncle Timmy for a long time. Yeah, I may have said teeth.
Oh, he said teeth. He said teeth. No, that's exactly what he said, Wayne. You're picking up what he's putting down. He said teeth.
Oh, that can go on still.
Tell the man.
I know that's just something that I just always taught this. I found, the last couple of years, obviously I haven't, been at my greatest for, some different circumstances, but, I keep saying it to teams, I'm not coming here to be a hired gun. I'm a good hockey player as well. It's not like I'm just going to come, and fight the whole world. But at the same time, I'm not afraid to fight the whole world. But I'm a hockey player first. And, that stuff just comes with my game. And I think that's just an extra, added, dimension that I can bring as well.
Wayne Simmonds, newest member of the Toronto Maple Leafs here on Tim and Sid. But Wayne, I think everyone kind of runs to the fighting. I don't even think it's about that. And if I read this fan base properly right now, and Tim, correct me if I'm wrong. I could count, I believe on one hand, the amount of scrums I witnessed during a Leaf game last season, and I'm not kidding. I just think the Leaf fan base in a certain way. I'm telling Wayne, I'm not even making that up. On one hand, the pushback, the scrums, I'm not talking a fight, but you know what I mean. Just to let the guys know you're there after the whistle. I'm not going anywhere, and I'm big. And it's not like they don't have big guys, but there's a lot of skating back to the bench with this team. I anticipate things may change a little bit in that specific regard with you.
I'd say yeah. I'm a no-nonsense type of guy. I'm not going to put up with anything. I think I start with, protecting my teammates first and foremost. If I don't like what I see, I'm going to intervene, and I'm going to make it a point to let you know that if you're going to continue to do that, you're going to have to pay for it. I'd say there's going to be a few more scrums, but like you said, it's not always about fighting. I think it's just sometimes it's about showing up. Sometimes it's about, playing with that physical edge, whether it's, face washing a guy or making sure you're finishing every single body check, and just playing through the body. Those things are, I think they're huge when it comes down to playoffs. And, as you get later into the season and things like that, you grind down your opponents. And, I think that stuff is very necessary.
There's a lot of talk about toughness, and it's understood. But if it's limited to one or two guys, or it's buried in the bottom six, it's hard to assert yourself. Have the Leafs and Kyle Dubas and Sheldon Keefe talked to you about the opportunities that you might have to move up and down lines? Because I remember a day when Wayne Simmonds was scoring a lot of goals in the NHL. Will you get that opportunity in Toronto?
If I'm playing at my best, yeah. I think there's an understanding to where, I know where I am, where I'm coming into this team, and how I feel about myself, and it's about performance right now. Regardless of if I sign with the Maple Leafs or if I sign somewhere else, it's a point in my career where I got to show that, I deserve it and I can earn it, and I got no problem with that. I think that's how it should be. You come to the team at the start of the season, and you got to earn what you get. So I'm completely fine with that. I have no problem earning what I'm going to get, because I'm a confident person, and I know what I can bring to this team. And, I'm going to do everything, within my power, to help improve this team. And you just said something to where you said about toughness. It is about team toughness. And by me being added to this lineup, I think, it may help guys, bring that out of guys more so, because, you have someone there that's willing, to go out there and fight on your behalf, fight on the team's behalf, and, to stand up for guys. And I think that makes, guys play a little bit bigger than they usually do. Yeah. So I think that's something I'm extremely excited about. And, and obviously just putting on the blue and white, it's crazy to even think right now. I'm still kind of processing.
Wayne Simmonds of the Leafs. Process that. Joining us here on Tim and Sid. Wayne, recently, during your time with short time with Buffalo, your time with New Jersey, when I see teams like that do a lot of losing, like I go back to the Ryan O'Reilly quote where he almost fell out of love with the game. And then a year or two later, he's lifting a Stanley Cup or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. How tough was that last year for you to be around that much losing? And did your joy take a hit?
I think you can say that to a certain extent. When you're going to the rink every single day and you're on a losing team, it's not the same. The sun's not as bright, the food's not tasting as good, the water's not as wet. It's that type of thing. And, it does drain you, I think, mentally, to where, you can have some off nights where you get caught, kind of daydreaming and stuff like that. There's no room for that in the Toronto market. Especially with this team, there's big expectations on this team. You're playing prime time every single night. So, I know this from Philly. I know it's an American market, but, they're pretty crazy about their hockey in Philadelphia and what they expect from you, on a nightly basis. And I think, having that demand on you, on myself anyway, brings out the best of me. So, like I said, I can't wait to get started. You know, I know we're going to have high expectations as a team. And, you know, I think I'm just another piece of the puzzle that's being brought in, you know, to help, you know, push this along a little bit further. You know, the whole reason for me coming to Toronto is because this is a team that I believe that can win. So, you know, obviously that's the goal first and foremost, and, you know, it's to win.
Wayne Simmonds joining us here on Tim and Sid, and I know that you're a proud Scarborough guy. I'm a Victoria Park and Lawrence guy, technically Don Mills, but my 7-Eleven was in Scarborough. So I feel like I have a little spot in me if I was getting my my slushies in Scarborough.
Yeah, VP can be Scarborough.
And I know you've done a lot of work in the community. Does it mean something to be back and show that it's possible from anywhere, and especially for people of color who can sometimes feel like they're left out of this game?
Yeah, for me, it's all about, I think a lot of it is representation. You can't be what you don't see. And, you know, for me, I was lucky enough to have guys like Kevin Weeks and, you know, run hockey camps, you know, and Anson Carter would come, you know, and help out. And, you know, we had a bunch of, you know, black hockey players who were counselors who were obviously in between the younger players and the older guys, you know, that were playing major junior and tier 2 and things of that nature. So, when you see something, you know, that somebody who looks like you doing what you ultimately want to accomplish, it makes you want to work that much harder because you know it is a possibility. And like you guys said, I have done a lot of community work in Scarborough, and the whole reason why I do that is representation. I don't think you can be what you can't see. So for me, it's important to get out into the community. You know, and especially, you know, for the players of color, to let them know that, you know, I was once too in your shoes. I've gone through probably not, I can't say the exact same circumstances, but probably somewhat close circumstances to what, you know, a lot of the younger guys are going through. So I think for me, you know, if I can be an example to where, you know, a kid can, you know, look up to me and believe that, you know, he can now one day make the NHL, you know, that's unbelievable. And that's always been my message. You know, when I was younger, even before I made, you know, major junior or, you know, even tier 2, you know, my mom made me make a promise to her, being that if I ever made, you know, the NHL, that I would come back, you know, and I'd give back to Scarborough because Scarborough gave so much to me. So, you know, I live by that. I'm going to continue to live by that. And, you know, hopefully some kids out there will see me and see what I'm doing, you know, that look like me. And, you know, this will be a game that they'll pick up, and, you know, they will one day too, you know, be in the NHL.
Nice.
Well, Wayne, just for you and your entire family, I can imagine what this day means on a lot of levels. So on that front, I want to congratulate you and the fam. And on behalf of a lot of Leaf fans
Thank you.
Who've been really kind of earning for this type of signing, you are most welcome to them.
Yeah.
And I stay safe. Things are kind of crazy still, as we know, especially in Ontario. Stay safe. Enjoy the day. Yep. Soak it in. Well deserved. And let's talk again down the line when we're your 9th interview of the day on that day.
All right. Sounds good to me, guys. I appreciate you guys having me on for sure.
Of course. There is Wayne Simmonds of the Toronto Maple Leafs.